Love me. Oh. Corpse. Concern. Corpses. Multitude of corpses. Concern. Hi. Oh, the moon and star. That's what I need. Constant effect. Fortified personality and speechcraft for 5 points on self. Not a huge effect, but it's endless, so that's neat. I like permanent buffs. Who doesn't like permanent buffs?
Nerevar Reborn. Incarnate. Your first 3 trials are finished. Now, 2 new trials lie before you. Seek the Ashlander Ashcans and the Great House Councillors. 4 tribes must name you Nerevarine. 3 houses must name you Hortator. My servant, Nabane Mesa, shall be your guide. And when you are Hortator and Nerevarine, when you have stood before the false gods and freed the heart from its prison, heal my people and restore Morrowind. Do this for me, and with my blessing.
Okay. Okay. Gonna admit, that made me jump. Just smash cut to... Oh, hi. Oh, they're not... Okay, the corpses have ghosts now. Yeah, that genuinely made me jump. The, not only because there's no cutscenes in this game, but the fact that there was suddenly voice acting. Like, this game doesn't ever have voice acting aside from somebody being like, "Hello, Khajiit," every now and then, and that's about it. Wow. So, 3 people have to name me Nerevarine, and 3 people have to name me Hortator. Which it's interesting to hear those pronounced out loud. I was right about Nerevarine. I had figured out the pronunciation at this point, apparently. Hi? Eekstar?
Where is that slave?
Where is that slave? You guys have slaves? You're ghosts. Welcome, Incarnate, Moon and Star Reborn, Hortator, Nerevarine, Mourner of the Tribe Unmourned, Redeemer of the False Gods. I am Peakstar. I was not the one, but I wait and hope. Ask, and I shall answer if wisdom guides me. So, Moon, let's just go through down the list then. Get the ghost's perspective on these things. You bear the moon and star, the ring of Nerevar. None may deny you are Nerevar Reborn. The prophesized incarnate. The temple will know you as an enemy. Ordinators will mark you for death. The tribunal faithful and the great houses will hate you and fear you. The doubters of the tribes will test your strength and doubt your honor. You will be known. You must prepare and be ready. Hortator, you must go before the councilors of the great houses and satisfy them, for only the councils of the great houses can name you Hortator. I do not know the settled people of the great houses and offer you no counsel. Nerevarine, you must go before the Ashkans of the Wastes people and satisfy them, for only the Ashkans of the 4 tribes can name you Nerevarine. Speak first with Sulmatul of the Urshulaku, and with the wise woman Nibani Mesa, for of all the Ashlanders they are the wisest in the lore of the Incarnate, and you have already shown Sulmatul proof of your worth. You must go to the Waste people and satisfy them. Then you must go to the great houses and satisfy them. The porn parody for this it really just writes itself. Tribe Unmourned, pity Dagoth-Ur in the 6th house as they do. All they are is foul and evil, but they began in brightness and honor, and the cause of their fall was their loyal service to you, Lord Nerevar. You told Lord Dagoth to guard the profane tools beneath Red Mountain, and thus he was tempted. He did your bidding when he tried to keep these tools in the tribunal, and so he hates you, who betrayed him and the tribunal, who mocked his honor, attacked him, and stole the profane tools for their own use. Kagranak, the high priest of the Dwemer, forged enchanted artifacts to steal the power of the gods. Nerevar fought the Dwemer to prevent this blasphemy, but Dagoth-Ur took these tools to make himself a god, and the tribunal took these tools to make themselves gods. Though the tribunal sought to do good with their power, they are tainted by the same corrupt desires that move Dagoth-Ur. False gods. The tribunal and Dagoth-Ur have the unnatural abilities and lifespans of gods, but they have gained these things by actions that mock the gods and misuse divine power. They were ambitious and unwise, and the consequences of these ungodly acts threaten all that lives in Morrowind. So you were not the one, apparently. Oh, we got items here. I am a failed incarnate, so were all these who remain here with me in the Cavern of the Incarnate. I survived the blight, but I fell in battle with an ash vampire. I could not master the arts of war, nor could I learn the ways of the great houses. They would not have accepted me as Hortator. Take these few poor things. They are of no use to me. Got an embroidered belt, travel-stained pants. Okay. You get items from some of these guys, apparently. That of wisdom guides you. I will answer what I can, and with what I know, but the visions of Azura are often obscure, for two reasons. One, because the future cannot be known, and choices may always be made. Two, because truth is not clear or simple. Azura's riddles warn us to think long and hard. They force us to search carefully for truth and meaning, and not to rely only on impulse and force. Just because it is highlighted, I wonder if I should see if they have anything special to say about Morrowind, even. A darkness is on the land, and only you can bring the light. So they had something to say about it. What is my trade? An ancestor has no trade but to guard and counsel the living kin. Persuasion. Intimidate. Bribe. Bribe the ghost. Okay, so they gave me a couple of things back there. It was a belt and pants, right? Oh, I'm close to being over encumbered. I'm probably going to be dropping stuff on the ground soon. So this is a constant buff on personality and speechcraft. This is 30-second buff. That's the one that actually gives me my fatigue. Let's give the constant one on here. Here we go. Oops. There we go. That's how you equip it. I've got two different things that I'm wearing that give me permanent boosts. And we get to add that to the far end of this list. Moon and Stars, Speechcraft 5. It only says Speechcraft. It doesn't say personality. Is personality? It is 105. Maybe it got added somewhere else in here. Fortify attribute. Oh, it's Fortify a skill. That's why it's separate. So that's how they keep from completely flooding the screen with icons, is that Fortify skill and Fortify attribute are their own separate categories, and everything will stack into there and just tell you their sources instead. So while you get more magical stuff on your character, this bar will actually grow less and less because more and more of the effects will be duplicates as far as category is concerned, and they'll occupy the same symbol and just add a longer list to it. It's already a long list of symbols, though. What is that, 9 already? Yeah, I have 9 symbols at all times on my character. And so, some of them are just parts of my character now, like my immune to old disease and corpus and stuff like that. Huh. So you gave me... No, that's the hair shirt of Saint Ar... I got some weird items. Embroidered belt. It gives you willpower if you use it. Then there was pants. Travel stained pants. Levitate 10 points for 30 seconds on self. Ooh. Ooh. Cool. That means I can just have levitate all the time now, as opposed to these chameleon ones. I don't know how often I use the chameleon ones, so let's go ahead and just equip these. Then I'm wearing the travel stained pants. Gross, by the way. But that should mean that I can just go ahead and equip that whenever I want to. There we go. So if I use that, I will then be able to use levitate. It'll use 47 out of the 225, so I can do it about 4 times in a row, I believe, before it starts running out. But it should recover periodically. I think that everything that has charged just recovers over time in this game. I think we've established that before with some of the weapons I had that would give me poison attack and stuff like that. So that means that I now I don't have to worry about having levitate potions or scrolls or whatever if I want to be able to get to certain spots in the map without running out. I think we're good to go then. My weapon's about to break. Welcome, Incarnate. I am Antaria. I was not the one, but I wait in hope. Ask, and I shall tell you my story. I was a holy crusader of the temple in the golden era of the Tribunate. I contributed substantially to the writings that were later suppressed by the temple, and now would be called Apocrypha. I followed the tribunal unquestioningly, to my regret. I never believed in the Nerevarine prophecies until it was too late. Take my humble possessions with my blessing. 36 lessons of Vivec, Sermon 12, and their mace was added to my inventory. Where's the mace? Am I over? Yeah, I'm over capacity now. This thing has a value of 360. It has a cast-on strike of speed and agility damage, but otherwise is not a big priority, and it's super heavy, so I'm just going to drop it on the ground here, disrespectfully. 36 lessons of Vivec, Sermon 12. 300 for 200 value for £3. Not bad. I'm just going to be incredibly disrespectful and leave her gift on the floor. Listen, I can't carry all this crap. Not all of it. I gotta be choosy. I am Arendon, and I was not the one. I saw Morrowind fall to the Empire. I lived through the humiliation of the surrender, swore hatred and vengeance against the Imperial and Tribunal alike for their betrayals. In later years, I despaired, and turned to Red Mountain, where I grew old and died fighting the blights and Red Mountain monsters. Take my weapons and armor. I have no further use for them. There's Eredon's spear and cuirass, which are in here somewhere. This inventory is very bordering on unmanageable. Just gonna stretch it out more now. Screw it, I can click on the other things when I want them to be full screen. There, now no more scrolling, right? There we go. Not really any more scrolling. Alright. Spear and cuirass. That's Indoril. Arendon, also 350 value. You can tell it to restore health and fatigue, and that's about it. And it's very heavy, so now it's going to be on the floor. Because I'm a great person and doesn't do anything dickish at all. He also gave me a spear. That's Fury. Arendon's spear. 13 value. It has a poison, and that's it. Also heavy. Well, I'm not very nice, am I? I'm a bad person. Alright. Idrini Nerothan. I was not the one. I lived in the late years of the Tribunate, and behind the scenes, I helped us demoralize, then repel the Akaviri invaders. I knew nothing of the Nerevarine or Dagoth-Ur until I took refuge with the Ashlanders. I died a fool trying to loot ruined Kogarun. Here, take these. Maybe there's something in the world left worth stealing. Hey, Master's Lockpick and Probe, I'll keep those around. Thank you. I am Konun Chodala, and I was not the one, but I wait and hope. Ask, and I shall tell you my story. I was Nash Khan. I led my people against the Akaviri, while the Cyrodiil dogs fled before them like Kagoti. I quested deep into the strongholds of Rend Mountain, cleansing the unclean things in their own blood. I did not heed the counsel of the women, and, to my shame, I craved glory, but never saw my real enemies. My axe and boots are yours, with my blessing. Axe and boots. That's the glass one. It's the glass halberd. I don't see an axe. There it is. Ooh! Konun Chodala's axe. One-handed. 1200 value. Pretty nice damage value of 1 to 33. How's that compared to mine? Mine's better, I think, because of the higher minimum. Well, that just means that mine's more effective at doing the spam attacks, I suppose, but this has a higher overall cap. I gotta remind myself that that's not a damage range for a dice roll, but based on how long you charge it. Not used to thinking of it in terms in those terms. So that's Chodala's axe. Didn't he give me something else? Chodala. There he goes. His boots. Can't even wear those. They're light armor, 115 armor. I mean, they'd probably be better armor than what I have right now if I could wear armor, but I can't, so they're just gonna go on the floor here now. Sorry. Highly disrespectful. Crap. Something in here is not... these are only 2,000. I'm not even gonna check that closely, I'm just gonna get rid of them because it's too heavy. And it's probably one of the higher, the shittier weight to value ratios I've got. Everyone here's talking about slaves. It's getting weird. I am Hort Led. I was not the one. I died 400 years ago in the last days of turmoil and unrest after the Empire came to Morrowind. I was a thinker and not a doer. And though I was marked by the stars, I was not a hero. Take these things of mine, my bones won't complain. We got Sithis and Horde Led's robe. People are all very helpful. Ish. Where's his robe? Hort Led's robe, turn undead, and shield. Not terrible things. Low weight of only 3. And then it was... Crap, what was the other item? There's a lot to keep track of around here. Did he say shield? I thought he said I feel like he said shield, but I don't remember. The name is Hort Led. I've made a mistake. I don't remember what he gave me. Maybe it's in my journal. Book. Whoops. Hort Led, where's your... Oh, Sithis is what it was. It was a unique name that I'd not encountered before. Sithis is the start of the house. Before him, there was nothing. The foolish Altamur have names for and revere this nothing. That is because they are lazy slaves. Indeed, from the sermon, stasis asks merely for itself, which is nothing. Let's actually read through these since they're given to me by these specific characters. Sithis sundered the nothing and mutated the parts, fashioning from them a myriad of possibilities. These ideas ebbed and flowed, then faded away, and this is how it should have been. One idea, however, became jealous and did not want to die. Like the stasis, he wanted to last. This was the demon Anuiel, who made friends, and they called themselves the Aedra. They enslaved everything that Sithis had made, and created realms of everlasting imperfection. Thus are the Aedra the false gods, that is, illusion. So Sithis begat Lorkhan, and sent him to destroy the universe. Lorkhan, unstable mutant. Lorkhan had found the Aedric weakness. While each rebel was by their nature immeasurable, there were, through jealousy and vanity, also separate from each other. They were also unwilling to go back to the nothing of before, so while they ruled their false dominions, Lorkhan filled the void with a myriad of new ideas. These ideas were legion. Soon it seemed that Lorkhan had a dominion of his own, with slaves and everlasting imperfections, and he seemed, for all the world, like an Aedra. Thus did he present himself as such to the demon Anuiel and the 8 givers as a friend. Go unto the Shar Mat Degoth Ur as a friend. E herma mora altadun badar hom ilkan ai. That's bizarre to hear an entire story from the perspective of what's essentially sentient ideas. 26 lessons of Vivec. Sermon 12. Maybe it'll stand out why this one specifically seems to be important to this character. I mean, it came down to being... Oh yeah, they said that they wouldn't be accepted as a Hortator, right? And they gave me this one that starts off as Hortator immediately. As the Hortator pondered the first lesson of ruling kings, Vivec wandered into the Mournhold and found that Aeum was with a pair of lovers. Sate had divided himself again. Vivec then leapt through into their likenesses to observe, but he gained no secrets that he did not already know. He left a few of his own behind to make the journey worthwhile. Then Vivec left the capital of Veloth and wandered far into the ash. He found a span of badlands to practice his giant form. He made of his feet a less dense material than the divine to keep from falling waist deep into the earth. At this point, the first corner of the House of Troubles, the Prince Molag Bal, made his presence known. Vivec looked on the King of Rape and said, "How very beautiful you are, that you do not join us." And Molag Bal crushed the warrior poet's feet, which were not invulnerable, and had legions cleave them off. Mighty fires from the beginning place were wrought like nets to hold Vivec and he let them. I would prefer, he said, some kind of ceremony if we are to be married. And the legions that took the feat were summoned again in order to begin a banquet. Pomegranates sprang from the Badlands and tents were raised. A throng of Velothi mystics came, reading the passages of the severed feet on the ground, and weeping until the scriptures were wet. We must love each other briefly, Vivec said, if at all. I am needed to counsel the Horator in more important matters because the Duemari high priests stir up trouble. You must have my head for an hour. You may have my head for an hour. Molag Bal rose up and extended 6 arms to show his worth. They were decorated in runes of seduction and its reverse. They were decorated in the annotated calendars of longer worlds. When he spoke, mating monsters fell out. Where must it go? He said. I told you, I am meant to be the teacher of the king of the earth. Altadun Gatok Padhom. With these magic words, the king of rape added another, Chim, which is the secret syllable of royalty. Vivec had what he needed from the Daedroth, and so he married him that day. In the hour that Baal had his head, the king of rape asked for proof of love. Vivec spoke 2 poems to show him such, but only the first is known. I'm not sure just how much glass it took to make your hair twice as much, I am sure, as the oceans have to share hell. My sweet is a fiction written by those who tell the truth. My mouth is skilled at lying, and its alibi a tooth. The sons and daughters of Vivec and Molag Bal number in the thousands. The name of the mightiest is a string of power, Gulgamor Gil Hiete Ehum. The ending of the words is Almsivi. What the hell? What the hell? So the King of Rape shows up and then marries Vivec, I guess, for some reason. And okay. It'd probably take a little while to unpack what in the hell is going on inside that story for me, because there is some weirdness going on. I think I'm going to move on now. Thankfully, the door seems to open from the inside no matter what time of day it is, because I assume it's not that kind of time of day anymore. Yeah, it's 7 a.m. We were in there for 2 hours. We met lots of spooky ghosts, and now I need to head from here all the way back to there. No, all the way back to... no. There. That'll take a little while. I might be able to climb some walls. Nope, that looks really steep. That looks quite steep. This might be a lengthy return trip. Let me over. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This might not actually help me get where I'm trying to go. But wait, there's more. I already have my pants ready. Yay! I have new pants that help me do this, so now it doesn't matter when I get stuck like this. This is good to have. My new floaty pants will save our day. Because I can fly for 30-second intervals with fair regularity, which means I can basically just fly straight over these tall obstructions that otherwise cause us ill. Trying to keep an... oh, is it gonna run out soon? No, let me be. Ow, rude. Ow, rude. That's gonna hurt. Yep. And I want to go that way though. There we go. I just want to go clear across the entire... This might be the other valley I was supposed to find out about when they talked about 2 of them being near each other. Go away. Now I have to worry about whether or not I'm going to make it in time. Why must you do this to me? When's it going to run out? How do I tell? Oh, it's fading away right now. Aha! So I can click it again quickly and get away with it at that point. So even when I'm a flying, weird, chosen one demigod character, Cliff Racer still managed to be annoying. because they were making me stunned. So that's three levitations down. I could do like one more and then have to wait for restoration to happen. Oh. That seems like a town over there. Oh, that's probably Kogurun. Huh. You make good progress flying like this. Might want to go the rest of the way on foot, though. Ow. Ow. I think there's something up there. True to Elder Scrolls Legacy, this does seem to be a continuation of that tradition of having games that you could just explore indefinitely if you really wanted to. If you want to have more virtually identical dungeons to go through that might have a special surprise in them at some point, this is the game for you. Every time I go towards an objective that's for an actual mission, I always pass like 3 or more mystery doors along the way that I'm sure all point to similar mystery dungeons that have neat stuff inside. Whoa, giant bug person corpse. Am I almost there? No, I'm not. I keep mixing up the different ruins with each other and think... Oh, this is a dead Silt Strider, isn't it? Oh, yeah. That's an interesting detail to include something like that. Add some overall variety to the world, or some... variety's not the right word, but, include the context that the Silt Strider itself is presumably a native around here, and while I haven't really seen them wandering around, at least showing a corpse includes the idea that they must be around here somewhere. Maybe somewhere there is a... Maybe somewhere I will be able to find a Silt Strider, perhaps. That's not just a taxi, but actually a living creature that hangs out on its own thing. Yeah, that's not... There's one there, too. I think they're Silt Striders. Hard to be entirely certain. The main top part of their body seems recognizable. You little crap. Get out of here. You'd be dying significantly faster if it wasn't for the fact that my sword's going down. I really should be using the bow. Oops. Accidental left click. Level up that marksman skill. Hut! Boom! Matrix move. We're close. Yeah, I forgot about this for longer than I should have, as far as attack options. Because that, repairing that Wakizashi is a little expensive. Not that expensive. Really, the primary concern is just being able to find a place to repair it with good regularity. Do you guys even have a smith around here? I actually don't know. Hey, wise woman. Good news. 7 trials. It once seemed a dream, now it seems real. You have passed the 3rd trial, now you must pass the 4th and 5th trial. They are much the same. Each Ashlander tribe, each great house on Vardenfell, must choose you as their war leader and unite the Dunmer against Dagoth-Ur's terrible menace. Each tribe must name you Neravarine. Each great house must name you Hortator. You have come for guidance, and I will give it to you. Alright, so Neravarine. In times of great danger, the 4 Ashlander tribes unite under a single war leader. If you can prove to the Urshilaku, Ahemusa, Zainab, and Erabenimsum tribes that you are the Neravarine, and that the tribes must unite against the threat of the 6th house, then each Ashkan will declare you Neravarine, and the war leaders, a war leader of all tribes. You must go to all the tribal Ashkans, but go first to Sulmatul, who is your friend, and who will surely grant you the honor. That was the wrong one thing to go for, whoops. When a greater enemy threatens, the great houses put aside their quarrels and choose a Hortator. A single war leader will lead all the houses. Only a great house council can name a Hortator, and all councils must agree. Speak with the Redoran counselors, Lalu counselors, and Telvanni counselors. Prove to them Dagoth-Ur threatens. When you are named Redoran Hortator, Lalu Hortator, and Telvanni Hortator, then you will be the Hortator named in prophecy. So Vivec, basically, I assume. So can you tell me where all these places are? The Ehemusa of the Grazelands are mild and peace-loving. A wise woman of the wise woman of the Ehemusa, Simanu Mirpal, is also their Ashkan. Zainab, the Ashlanders of Zainab tribe are sly and crafty. Their camp is in the interior of the Grazelands. The Era Benimsun of Molagmar love themselves and their weapons above all else. Their Ashkan Ulathpal is cruel and ambitious, and his Gulakans are just like him. Their wise woman Manarai is cautious and reasonable. Seek her counsel. Don't waste your speech on the war khans. Molagmar, I know where that is. That's a starter. Redoran counselors, go to Aldrun, the chief town of the Redoran. They say the council meets under the shell of a giant emperor crab. Redoran are proud and haughty, known as great warriors and great worshippers of the tribunal. Since they love the temple in Vivec, they cannot love you. The temple warriors hate the Naravarine prophecies and will kill you if they see you. Be careful. Ooh. Am I going to be attacked if I go to Aldrun now? Curious. For the Lalu, go to Balmora, the chief town of the Hlalu. I believe the counselors meet there in a great house with many rooms. The Hlalu are soft and cowardly, sly and greedy. Their traitors are liars and cheats. Look behind the words they speak, for truths they are hiding. So we've definitely spent a lot of time in Balmora and Aldarun. These are familiar locations. Telvanni? I am told that wizards who speak for the Telvanni counselors may be found in strange building in Sagerith Mora. The counselors themselves are ageless sorcerers living in the towers scattered over Vardenfell. I know nothing about them except that they are old, terrible, and evil. Okay, so Sagerith Mora, Balmora, Aldrun. And I also want to get to selling stuff because of my poor inventory space. So I may want to do those three first. Alright, let's get out of town before I accidentally create enemies or something. Hey there. There we go. Surprisingly, my, going by the stats on the items alone, like, my bow does almost as much damage. Yeah, the same amount of damage as my amazing Daedric weapon does. I think the other weapon's significantly faster, though.